This is the Helpful Lockpicker here, and welcome back to my Lockpicking Homeschool series. The video I have for you today is going over an example of how I like to practice picking locks. When you are first learning to pick locks, the number one thing you can do is just try to keep picking a lock every day. Even as you grow more experienced, you always want to just pick at least one lock a day. It doesn't need to be a difficult lock, but you do need to just keep yourself practiced so you can stay current. What I'm going to do is go over a few examples of how I like to keep current and keep practicing. When you're first starting out, I recommend that you pick up as many locks as you can so you can start building some experience. But once you start being able to get locks open, what I recommend is that you never pick the same lock in the same picking session. This is because you start to develop muscle memory for that lock and you will not be gaining as much experience from it as you might think. What I recommend is you get multiple versions of the same lock so you can always be tricking your body into thinking it is a lock that you have picked for the first time. That way you can help mitigate the muscle memory effect. What I did when I first started out was I bought a bunch of quick set locks and I progressive pinned them and I added security pins to them, and they really helped me grow as a picker. I really like quick set for a beginner lock because, as you can see, it has a very open keyway, so it is not very difficult to get into, so you can just concentrate on the picking and not worry about the warding. Also, they're very easy to take apart and they're very accessible in the United States to be able to get. They have lower tolerances, so they're generally pretty easy to open and they're just a very user-friendly lock. So when I first started, I bought a bunch of quick sets and they really helped me get better. What I did with this quick set is that I have added security pins to it. This is a 5-pin quick set, and I'm going to open it up with top of the keyway tension in 50 thousandths and a standard hook in 25 thousandths. I'm going to start off with pin 1. Feels okay. 2 is okay. 3 binding. Big click. Another click. Got 3 clicks after that. 4, 5. Binding, got a couple clicks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1's binding. Feels okay for now. 3, binding up. Counter rotation. 4, click on 5. 1's binding up again. 2, 3, 4, open this up. So now what I'm going to do is I have another quick set lock here. This is an example of the lot that I bought. So I have multiple versions of the same quick set, and you always want to be keeping current with all of your locks, but you want to try to mix them up as much as possible. So what I do with my locks is I keep them in a box and I pull them out at random. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 binder, 5, couple clicks, little counter rotation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 binding up, and now we are open. So that is the quick set lock, but I'm going to lock this one back up for just a second here. And what I want to show you is once you have gotten really comfortable with quick set locks, I recommend that you move over to Schlage locks, and they are a logical next step. They have a more difficult keyway. As you can see with the Schlage, you cannot go down the middle directly. You have to pick off to the side because of this little piece of warding here is just very much in the way. So once you have mastered the quick set, I would move on to the Schlage and try to get a few of those locks that you can progressive pin and add some security pins to. So let's see what it takes to get this 5-pin Schlage open with security pins. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. couple clicks on 4. Click on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiple clicks on 5. Now I have a false set. Now you can see, let's see, 1, 2, counter rotation, that feels set. 3, counter rotation, that feels set. 1, 2, 3. Open this up. So that is the Schlage lock right there. Now, going back to the basics, let's go to the quintessential starter lock, which is the Master Lock model number 3. I don't personally agree that this is a great lock to learn on, but it is just kind of a fun lock to play with. I always zip mine open. I never even pick it because you just zip it and it's just pretty reliably open after just a couple swipes. But let's try. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And now our Master Lock number 3 is open. It does come with keys, but you don't really need them with these locks. They're very, very simple locks to open up. Now, since we're on Master Lock, let's move over to this Master Lock model number 570. This is a pretty cool little lock. This isn't really a great lock for someone that's starting out, but it is one I just like to have in my pile for fun sometimes. It is a 5-pin lock that has 4 spools and 1 standard pin, but mine is easier than most, I think, because it just opens up no matter what I do to it, and it just zipped open just like that. So going back to the quintessential beginner lock, everyone really likes this Master Lock model number 3. It's a very easy lock for someone to open up, but I disagree with this being a good lock. I really like the Brinks 40mm laminated padlock, which you can see here. Once you are comfortable with the basics, this has 1 to 2 non-threatening spools, so it is a great transition when you want to start dabbling into some security pins. So what I'm going to do is try to open it up with top of the keyway tension and 50 thousandths, and we'll see what it takes to get this Brinks open. Start off with pin 1. Let's see. Got a little click. A little click on 2. A little click on 3. 1, 2, 3. Something's not set all the way. Let's see. 1 feels okay. 2. Okay. 1's really binding up very hard. 3's binding up pretty hard. And now the lock is open. So these locks can actually put up a little bit of a fight sometimes, but they are really excellent locks for someone that's starting out. I really like the Brinks 40mm laminated padlock. Now, what I'm going to do as the last lock is the Commando Marine padlock. So these are all locks that I just randomly pulled out of my bucket. When I am doing a practice session, I have all my locks in a bucket and I literally just grab them out at random, and they make it great because you aren't picking the same lock all the time, so you are being able to get rid of some of that muscle memory. This lock requires 40 thousandths top of the keyway tension, so I'm going to change out my tensioner and I will see what it takes to get it open. Let's start off with pin 1. Couple clicks. 2, couple clicks. 3, click, click. 4, click, click. Got a false set. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I gotta hit pin 5, I think, is binding. Let me see. And the lock is now open. But the Commando Marine is a little bit difficult. This is probably the most difficult lock I opened in this session. but they are really cool locks. All these laminations are riveted in. It has serrated key pins, serrated driver pins, and spools, and I believe I read somewhere that even the spool pins are serrated. Just as a side note, this is a really cool lock to check out if you're looking to get up into like that American lock range. These are really cool. But so the take-home message is when you're trying to practice opening locks, the biggest thing is that you never want to pick the same lock more than once in the same practice session. The problem is there's the phenomenon where you start to develop muscle memory for those locks, and you will get into the habit of feeling really good that you're getting that lock open very quickly, which is great because you are getting the lock open, but the consequence is that it is mostly due to muscle memory. So say I were to practice this Schlage for weeks on end, I would probably be getting it open in less than 3 or 4 seconds. But if someone were to hand me another Schlage, say this one, I probably would have a hard time with it because I do not have the muscle memory for that lock. So you always want to just keep practicing and practicing. But the thing is that you want to try to get multiple versions of the same lock so you can always be trying to mitigate the muscle memory effect. That can really make you become a better picker and really be able to truly master the keyways. When I was first starting out, I had trouble with American locks, as a lot of people do, and I bought about 10 American locks, and it really helped me be able to change up the pinning and really be able to start to master that keyway. It was a big help, and that's my biggest advice, is if you ever want to try to master any specific keyway, just get multiple versions of the same lock and just keep at it. But what I'd really like to hear from you guys is, where are you in your lock picking journey? And what locks are you working on now? Is there anything you're working towards? Anything you've been trying to get open that you haven't been able to? I'm just interested in an update on how everyone's doing. And please share that in the comments below. I love to read your responses and write back. But either way, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. As always, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I hope you all have a great day.